Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is not The Sims, this is Planet Zoo, which is an absolutely fabulous game. And this is maybe not a current household video, this is more a current zoo video. What have I been doing for the past week or so between recording? So, I've been working on the career levels, which are the scenario levels in Planet Zoo. And I'm almost done. I think this is the third to last zoo. And this one's really fun. The fun thing about career zoos is that the maps are pre-designed for you, and they all have certain restrictions, and so I've been learning different ways to play in this game, and this one's restriction specifically is that I can't add any water, but 90% of the animals that they're offering to you, not those ones, but I mean you come down here and there's saltwater crocodiles, and Nile monitors, and I guess most of the cheaper animals specifically require water, so I had to work around that. We're on the second level, I guess, of this scenario. We still have gold to go, so I'm currently working on just getting my animal count up. We have, let's do a quick zoo tour here. Come on in. Get some pleasant background music. It's set in Nevada, USA. So I'm not necessarily keeping to any form of a theme like that, but I'm designing all my own buildings just for fun. And by my own, I mean staff buildings. Some of them. Some of them have been rebuilt. But in here, we have a boa constrictor. We have two. You can see one up here. We have a mating pair, and the second one's down here. And then we go around this way. And I've fully researched our timber wolves. We have slight Game of Thrones. Well, we did previously. I think I rid of her brother, maybe. Okay, so what's going on here is that Abigail was a puppy and her mom was around and her mom was old, and so I was like, we need two adults in here. Her dad had just died, so I got her a mate, James, unaware that as elders the female wolves could still get pregnant. And so James mated with Abigail's mom, and they had Yule. And then Abigail grew up and he mated with Abigail and they had these two. And so these are all siblings, but Yule and Abigail are also half siblings. So it's complicated, but that's fun. And when they grow up, I'm going to send Yule off to live on his own. And I'm probably going to do the same with the twins, depending on how old they are. Then you come over here and you have our red panda exhibit. And I'm quite proud of it because I built their structure and I built all of their climbing frames. Some of these trees are super cool because I think every tree in their exhibit is technically climbable, and so you'll see them just randomly climb up these branches and sit here on these limbs. I used this tree in a previous snow leopard exhibit that I made also, but it was kind of a climbing. Imagine that this is a cliff wall on the backside of their exhibit, and the stairs for the guests were like stepping up the cliff, and then about eye level for them were these branches, and so the snow leopards would come and sit up here and look at the guests in the eye, and I thought that was really cool. You can only have 2 adult red pandas in an exhibit at a time, so they were actually an easier addition to this zoo than I was expecting. I thought I was going to have a colony of them, and they were all only purchasable via conservation credits, which you have to get by releasing animals into the wild primarily. I don't know if you can in franchise mode or not, which is the fully online kind of working up your zoo type thing. Release exhibit species into the wild for credits, but in career maps you can. So I've been finding that really useful. I keep a lot of breeding pairs of those little animals. When I tried to breed my exhibit animals in franchise mode, I ended up overwhelming my computer with offspring, so that wasn't necessarily a good situation. Let's go see what we unlocked. We're working on getting one-way glass so that my pandas... Yep, that'll be next. Okay, so electric fence is currently what's coming. We need one-way glass fencing here, because currently the pandas get a little stressed out. And he's climbing, and it's cute. Oh good, he can jump from that one to that one. I was unsure about the jumping mechanics. That's good. Just doing panda things. Having a good time. Let's take the white outline off so that we can see him more naturally. So what I do with my pandas in this zoo specifically is I let a pair mate, and then when their offspring are maturing like all in one go. We release the parents into the wild and we adopt a new mate for whichever offspring I choose. They've had twins every time so far, I think. So yeah, we just kind of keep a rotation going, and that's a good way that I've been able to get my conservation credits up. In career mode also, oh look at their food, what are they eating? I just love detail in this game. Okay, they eat bamboo. I wasn't sure about whether they ate only bamboo also. We'll have to check. Actually, I don't think I've researched them that far, so I don't think that we have grade 2 level food for them, so I can't even check what their options are for food yet. Maybe I can. Let's click on one. Go to the Zoopedia and see what research. Okay, locked and locked. Yeah, I can't read it. Okay, that's fine. I'm trying to fully research one animal at a time. All right, we completely skipped over my camel exhibit over here. This is the first time I've had camels in game, and so that's been really fun for me. They're very loud and noisy, and they just make grunts constantly. That's our big male and his mate and their child. Yep, I'm a big on getting families going in my zoo for credit purposes. I like the saltwater crocs. You have to come up this... They were the second animal I put in because they needed water, so I had to build this giant fence or path from this wolf exhibit all the way over to their exhibit. And I have it going up a little bit because it's easier, I guess, to build with the terrain stuff a little bit higher for them. It's like their ball fell into the water, so we'll have to reset that. We have some fertility issues going on here. I don't think she's pregnant yet. I don't think that... I don't know if they're going to get pregnant or not, but they live for a very long time, so I'm not super concerned. He is my 5-star star of the show. He's a big boy. We have... I mean, he's only a size 25, but he's still a big boy. His fertility is 0, but I've done some research, and her fertility is enough that... And the game isn't necessarily realistic in that he cannot have children whatsoever. They have a 37% chance, but they haven't had kids yet. So I'm just hanging out, being fabulous. Then you walk down this way. I did not build that one. That is the preset for the staff food building. We come down here and you look in on my African buffalo, which are just beasts. Knock their ball into the water also. The interesting thing about these career levels, I'm not sure if it's a thing with every level. Hold on 2 seconds while I call a keeper to clean up their poo with their magic vacuum. Someone's coming. I saw them running already. Okay. The interesting thing about career mode gaming is that you can only have one toy in the toy enrichment section per points. So like if you put 2 large balls in, you would still only get the maximum 100 points total for the category. But multiple of the food enrichments will each give you the same, like, a unique benefit. So all 4 of them together give me 40. But each one individually is 10. So that's been interesting, trying to get enough enrichment items for each species. I'm currently working on researching these buffalo, so that's my current project. Gonna go back up our path this way a little bit. Come past our camels, and we're gonna zoom in here around this way. It's kind of a busy intersection because I put some stands in here, but we have the eastern. Ooh, they had babies. Gotta take care of that. Come in here. She was original and he was original, so that one, and that one are gonna go. Bye. Yep. And so we have the parents in here. Eastern brown snake. Don't quote me on that, but I believe they're one of the most poisonous snakes in the world. I added all these lights in, kind of in the middle of the path. I feel like I've seen this done before in other paths. These plants are all natural, came with the map, so you have to walk up the path, and then we do another, like, overhead viewing for some water species again. And down here we have tapirs, which are really cool. I remember them from the Zoo Tycoon series when I was a kid. They were some of my favorites then. I don't know why. They're just a really unique species. They're from Central America. And I think that she's pregnant right now. Yep. Gonna have at least one tapir baby. I don't think I've ever had tapir twins. And then walk along the path a little more. And we have gharials, which are a secondary reptile species. Male is huge. Female is I promise you an adult, she's just significantly smaller. And her size isn't even that big. That's just isn't even that small. Just a thing in the species. He is a big boy, though. And they have a mud pit, which is cool. They can come and lounge in that. I haven't watched them do that yet. Alright, well that is our current zoo tour. We should go ahead and build another species. What time of day is it? Okay, it's getting to be night, so we might have to just kind of hang out with the animals until morning. I'm going to go ahead and go into our exhibit trading. Free to the wild. Sweet. Good. Sound just jumped back there. I didn't miss anything. Oh, she had babies too. Did I already take care of that one? Did. Wait, did she die? Oh no, no. I have her selected specifically. Yeah, they change location into habitat, but the exhibit species just kind of hang out. They're still really cool. I have a fond spot in my heart for snakes. I would love it if the Sims, because I loved that in The Sims 3. Alright, my sound is having some issues here. We'll see how that works out. Let's come here, see what we unlock in our research. More African buffalo facts. Let's see what we got. 2 more toys, a fun fact, and more research for their things. What do we get? They could get herbivore pellets. I don't need. And they have memories. Alright, I'm going to pause and try and figure out my sound really fast. I'll be right back. Alright, I think our sound is good to go. We were coming in here to watch one of the children just to make sure my camera didn't jump all around. Super cute little puppies, though. I like them a lot. Little baby fierce wolf that we have going on. That's what my husband wants one day. He wants the Pomskies because they're like little wolves and they are just tiny and fierce all the time. Can't have dogs where we live right now, though, so maybe one day. See, they're all coming running. Super fun. A lot of the videos that I've seen on YouTube are just people building, more specifically, their speed builds. I just like watching the animal behavior too, and seeing them interact, because the developers programmed so much into the game for animal interaction. It's cool to see. With the wolves specifically, they edited them later so that you can have more adults. Previously it was just two, like a mating pair, and you had to always release babies, but this one's not so much. I mean, look at him play around with that box. That's just really cool. And he broke it. That's okay. We can reset it. There you go. Enjoy. How's your enrichment? So you hate some of your toys. That's okay. We can help. And you need some more dog feeders also. So your blood scent marker, super boring. Let's delete that. Go back to you. What else do you think? And the sprinkler, super boring. We'll get rid of that. Need it. And your cardboard box is actually just bored. Okay, that's alright. We're gonna have to go check out our tapir baby in a moment, but let's compare to habitat. I think wolves can use that, but I'm just gonna toss in more dog balls at the moment because I don't want to use up all of their options. One. We're gonna need a lot of these though. Hold on. Let's just do a colony of dog balls back here. Oops, 1 too many. Alright. Do I like them back there? I don't think I do. I want their toys up front, and if I only need 2 more, that's not too bad. But I want them to be where the guests can see them, so I'm gonna stick them up here. Alright. Let's go to toys now, and we just had those guys. Let's stick in a chew toy. That'll be more interesting. And we're almost there. And the gift box is technically a different box. I'm gonna state it just a little bit. Alright, and we're back to 100%. We had some of the gift box and the ice ball and the snowball and things like that. They came with a free update, I believe. There was also a pack released around the same time, but there were some free items that were released around Christmas. Okay, did our tapir have her baby? Yes, she did. Let's go check it out. Man, they have so many small items. I thought that perhaps there were 2 for a second. Okay, we have a little girl. I'm not going to try and pronounce the name, although it's a very cool name. I do like these names that they use for some of the Central American species. Let's look at her genetics. Size is decent, longevity is less than ideal, as is fertility, but immunity is pretty good. So she's not a bad all-around child, but if the parents are going to live long enough, I'm probably going to release her into the wild. Yeah, I think that for sure she will be able to produce another offspring for us. And now we're going to have Gharial babies. The thing is, once you get Gharials to have kids, you're going to want to put them on contraceptives because it takes not forever, but it takes a decent amount of time for the kids to mature, and the parents will continue to have offspring during that time, and so you could end up being overwhelmed with Gharial babies. So I'm going to toss him on contraceptives. It'll take a while for their kids to mature, so he won't do any inbreeding with his daughters, potentially. Can't see him from here. So that should be good. Alright. Alright. Did we take care of everything? Are we in a good place? We are in a decent place. Let's go ahead and check out whether their animals are on the market and see if we can find... My game has been doing a weird thing when it goes opposite the alphabetical list here. Don't know why. Can I afford 2 snow leopards? That is quite an age difference, though. I'm not quite sure if I want to go for that. But a breeding pair of something would be great. Nile monitors. What do we have? So I don't know if I'm going to go for that right now. Hippopotamuses. You need a lot of them. I might be able to afford it, though. Let's come to species. Where are we? Hippopotamus. Do a refresh to get rid of that guy. Alright, we have 14-year-old male who's decent. Let's go ahead and adopt him. And we'll keep him waiting. We can't afford anything else. That's okay. We'll hold on to him, and he'll just kind of sit here. Nothing changes in his age or his happiness. It's just like he's frozen while he's in the trade center, which isn't super realistic, but it's whatever for our game. It's a game. It's fine. Horny and orangutans would be awesome, but they're super expensive. Greater flamingos, you need 10 of them. And they're all cash, so we could definitely make that happen. Let's come down here. Just flamingos. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I can't buy them all at once. Every flamingo on offer. Yep. And yep. And... Okay. We're going to put them here, so we're going to bring the path down this way again. Do we have enough land, really? I think I'm going to have to smooth this out just a little bit to give them a bit more space to climb out of the water. Okay, let's try that first. I'm here to smooth. Smooth it out. I apologize for the sound. It's being really weird. It's the headphone set. I'm gonna have to upgrade that pretty soon. Alright, I'm thinking we make this kind of a pathway. I don't think the rock is doing me any benefits in seeing what my thing looks like, so I'm gonna go ahead and just make this all sand here. Have to be careful to not get it into the Gharial exhibit. A little soil, smaller of a brush here. Let's do that down here. Want to disrupt the delicate balance that I've made in the Gharial exhibit of terrains. Alright, and we have more zoo management things going on before we can even finish this flamingo habitat. Okay, so I'm kind of thinking having a low hill here, and I'm going to smooth out the top a little bit. So that they can have a good landing pad here. Space to put like poison food and such. They have a really big, really cool feeding thing. So I'm just gonna smooth this all out to a plateau here for a minute. Also gonna need a decent amount of shelter. Alright. It's not bad. That's our grade there. I think they should be able to get up that. And then the guests are gonna be able to come over this way and get a little closer to them also. Let's get rid of this one. It's in our way. It's not bad. Alright. First off, we need to go deal with Yule, who is the older male. And I'm going to put him in a box really fast. And unbox him to get him be in his adult form. How old is James? James is actually almost elder. They're already showing it the adult here. That's fine. I'm going to take Yule and I'm going to release him into the wild because we have 2 babies still and one of them will be our next mating animal. Yep. There's still a little wolf family doing their thing. That research is complete for African buffalo. What do we get this time? Food and toys. All good stuff. Totally fine with me. Window is thirsty. Taken care of. Go over to take care of them. Okay. We are coming down to work on our flamingo exhibit. And we have to remember that we are getting you before you escape into the environment. Not a good situation. All these trees are going to probably go when we plop the flamingos in. And they're going to clip with the path anyway, so we're going to have to get rid of them. But let's come to our Zoopedia and check out what kind of space our flamingos are going to need. And we have to remember that 10 of them are going to increase it. When they list this, it's for 1, and I don't know what the modifiers are, but I know that it's always more than that for multiple. So I'm going to want maybe 900 feet of land and what is that? Over 300 feet of water. Meters. Sorry, not feet. Hey, we had Gariel babies. Okay, and we got our wall. It's about 10 things for us to take care of. We're going to come down here first. You're going to come in here. Oh, and they had babies too. Man, I am missing so many things. When the zoo gets busy, it gets a lot harder to manage. Let's copy all of those guys. Switch you to one-way glass. And that looks like it's already cooked. Yep. If you need to switch it, there's a little toggle here as to which side is see-through and which side is not. And we have Choyu. Stresses. It should be getting better now because they cannot see the guests. I might have to put some do not disturb signs so the guests stop making noise also, but that's definitely going to help. And then we have Choyu's a girl, and who are you running away? Min Sheng is a little boy, so we had twins again. That's great. Their father is Dai, and your current mate is Zoo, who was born in my zoo. Haha, get it? And she's sitting here in a tree. Being all panda-y. That's great. Let's click on you. Alright. Good stuff. I don't know if trading my pandas out gives them time to become 5 stars like the crocodile is, but I don't really mind. It's good for my credits. Oh, and we have 300. We'll have to go see if there's any new animals for sale. Like I said, guys, there's always a million things to do in this game. Especially when you have more of an established zoo. When you're still starting off, it takes a while, especially in this zoo, because we started with 20,000 total, and so we had to, like, wait for money to come in before we could do more things at the beginning, and now the zoo is just booming and there is so much to do. Okay, these signs actually do affect the guests to be quieter, and so they should help my pandas not get stressed out. You guys have enough climbing equipment and everything with the babies? Are you happy? Yeah, you're totally good. Yeah, some animals have climbing requirements, and I'm not really good. I don't feel like I'm an expert at building climbing platforms yet. I did build this one myself, which I'm quite proud of, especially this structure. Yeah, it's good. So I want to, like, keep playing with monkey species and climbing species. Some bears, the Formosian black bear, can have climbing species, and other species, like, every animal has a terrain grade that they can climb. And so if you ever have too steep of an incline in, like, getting out of the water, you can use ramps to let the animals get in and out. And, like, tigers don't necessarily have a climbing need, but they can climb. Especially Siberian tigers, they can climb the trees, which is really cool. So you can, like, build them little climbing. Acquire it per the game. Alright, reset that. Okay. My sound is glitching out again. It's totally fine. See, we have... How many babies do you guys have? Looks like 4 to me. I hope I'm not missing anybody. 4. Okay. All boys. Sweet. What a family. Neil is decent. Say better. Arjun, halfway decent in the two. Vedant, not great also. Okay, totally cool. They're all still cute, and life is good. We're gonna come here. I'm gonna actually switch to this piece right here is where I want to start building the flamingo thing from, but not all fences can be built kind of rounded, so I'm gonna use the null barrier in a rounded pattern now. Straight, round. Okay, now build me rounded. These. I don't know what's going on. Let's go smaller to get right angle started. Now let's bump it up a little longer and see if we can get that rounded edge going. Yes, we can. Alright, I am going to build rounded. Did I just lie? I may have. We're gonna go straight out for them, and we're gonna go. You can turn angle snapping off, but I just eyeball it. We're gonna go straight across like that. How much do we want? We need 900, so I'm gonna do tile there. We're gonna climb over the rock. Really? Can't do it. There, we can go from there. We want about 300 of water. So we'll do 2, 3. I won't try to go all the way out. I think it's gonna come in about here. Oops, that one was off base. Not. I need to click on this guy again. And so the null barriers, yes, right on in like that. They are technically nothing. Literally nothing. They're just telling the game, programming wise, that there is an exhibit here. Now we're gonna come in here and drop a gate in. Like that. Yep. Right there. And now that has registered as a habitat and I can check on its requirements. What do we have? 648 and 558, which is fine. We're gonna work with that. I can always edit this later. So I want to put my flamingos in here first. Let's highlight that section. We'll make it steel mesh, which is the exhibit next to it also. I'm gonna come here and drag this one around the rest of it. All steel mesh. Perfect. Okay. Up here I'm gonna need to take this section and this section and drag those guys up a little bit so that the flamingos don't escape. They only need 1 meter because they're flamingos, so they don't climb the same as other species do. I'm gonna need to build them, you know, a hiding structure. Well, the path is going to be over them too, and that technically counts as shelter. Let's put our path down first. And I did the brown last, so I'm going to do it in black. Interesting. 8 wide, 1 straight down to make it easier. 2, 3. It would not surprise me if that is not enough shelter for my flamingos. And we're going to come in here and delete that tree because it's clipping, and we'll delete that one also for clipping. There's one down there that I don't want. I think those might actually be on there. Alright, before we drop the flamingos in, we're going to need to connect that path to the rest, and we're going to use the staff path for it. Keep it separate. Drop it all the way down. Don't need 4 tiles. Alright. Let's kind of hug it as close to the fence as we can to save on space. Like that. There's one, there, and there. Why does it sound to me like my transformer is dying? Is that because it is? Yep, it's broken. 6 months. That probably means we don't have enough. Drop him in. Over to you. And put our staff and see how training is going. Our vets are fine. Our vendors are not fine. I'll level you guys all up. Security guard, he's good. Mechanic, he needs to level up. Keeper needs to level up. Great. Sweet. Oh, our snakehead babies. Let's go take care of that. Man, you really have to watch these things. Alright, let's pause really fast. And zoom in here. I did pause, that's good. Ghost. Box. And unbox. James is old, so we're gonna let him stay in our zoo until he is gone, because that's... Can't get any credits for him anymore. Ghost is 3-star. What about you? Verity is silver, so she would be a better choice to go around. Her mom isn't super old yet, so we'll keep her. We'll put you on Perceptives. We're going to release Ghost. Maybe him. Yep, you are going free. Join your brother out in the wild. Half-brother, cousin, nephew, person. Yeah. Oh, we're almost done. Okay, when that one's done, we'll start researching something else. Keep it going. Alright, and now we have to come check on our stern ground snakes again. You guys. No. Alright. You guys with storage. Exit trading. Select all. And release the wild. Release them. Right. So we need to finish the flamingo habitat, I think, in this part. Maybe buy hippos, but I'm not going to be able to design their exhibit. This part has already been going for longer than I normally do. But that's the way this game goes. You're always managing so many different things. Alright, let's check our animal trading. Come to our storage. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we need 10. I think I just saw 3. I'm not going to spend my credits on the cold guy, even though that would be cool, but they live for a long time, so I'm not too concerned about age. And my credits are more important for other species at the moment. Let's select most of you. I was totally happy getting that hippo though, because he's pretty young and he's decent, and so he was worth it. Let's drop you guys here. It'll take a minute for them all to come because everyone has to be carried individually. You are going to be flamingos. Alright. While we hang out, we'll wrap it. We definitely want our donation bins. It's one of the primary ways to make money. 1, 2, and 3. And I think our power situation is good because there's that generator close by. Power is good. And water, the whole lake is getting cleaned by this little generator here, so that's all good. Technically, in a different zoo that I did, I put the African buffalo and the flamingo together, but the African buffalo's exhibit is pretty small because that was when I was still concerned about space in my zoo here, so I'm not going to try and fit them together right now. Needed to close that heat map so I can actually see what I'm doing. Want to put it just barely on the path right there. And I made a custom save of the sign here with the speaker already attached, so I don't have to try and reattach it every time. But technically they come separate, and if you want to save it in your zoo, just attach them in a way that you like and save your blueprint. Shift it up. So it's barely on the path. So there we go. I'll call that perfect. Drop it down here. And I have to wait for the flamingos to get in the exhibit. Okay, we have some. Let's go ahead and say that the flamingos are exhibited here. Flamingos, and on the back side with our speakers. Flamingos. And flamingos. Perfect. Okay. Can you escape? First question. No. Great. Perfect. How are you space-wise? You're good. And your hard shelter is good because of the map, which is great. Alright. That means food is our next priority. Come back. And we're going to have 10 creatures in here, so I'm just going to put 2 food bowls down for now. Later, when we unlock their enrichment item with food, we can use that. It's really cool. They eat out of that one most of the time. Okay, so we have those. Their heat level should be good because they're from the middle, what is the word for the line that divides the earth in the middle? We're from that region. Sorry, I can't think of the word. Equator. That word. Yep. Chew toys, not for them. I'm checking this section over here as I flip through them. And it's alphabetical, so I'm just seeing if I have anything that they can use. Greater flamingos can use the herb scent marker, so let's stick one of those up here. And we're almost there already. Large ball, not for you. Ice ball, not for you. Might be able to use. Nope. Okay. Nope. 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 Yes. Stick that guy. I don't want to see this map. It's ruining my view. Right there. And you want to put your enrichment items closer to the fence too, because if the guests see the animals interacting with them, and then they get happier. And I don't think I have any food enrichment items for them. They have a specific pool. So, and I don't need to put a water item down for them because they have this whole section of water, and as long as I keep it clean, then that's good drinking water for them. Okay, so they have a little too much rock, or not enough rock and too much sand, which isn't unusual. I'm going to put it here on the edge. Let's go with the smooth rock. Up size just a little bit. Put it down here. Are we good? Too much sand still. It's fine. Here. Trying to cover that. Down that way a little bit. And now we don't have enough soil. How's that? Good. Okay. And how is our plants? Get rid of our prickly pear. The beech tree is hanging over from the gharial, but that doesn't matter to them. Don't need those. Get rid of that guy. Blackthorn is good. Yucca is bad. Sagebrush and Joshua tree. Okay. How are you guys on plants? You're fine. You don't need any technically of your own. But let's see what we have anyways and see if I want something. Asia, Europe, Africa, all species, aquatic, tropical, temperate, and grass. And so Asian, aquatic, tropical, and temperate is what's in the exhibit next door. So that's why they can share their plants so much. I do think a cherry blossom tree up here would be kind of pretty. Do I have flattened terrain turned off? I do. Okay, good. Rotate it just a little bit. Stick it up there. That's pretty. I like that. And that's almost all what we can do. Let's see if I can just toss some plants down here in the bottom without going over. Make it look a little bit more realistic there. All right. And so we are getting all of our flamingos into the zoo. Do we have all 10 of them yet? I'm going to have to choose the exhibit here and my staff. Oh, some of them are going to be sick. So we can get a bigger view. We're going to need to swing down here, come over here, I guess, and call a vet to take care of the sick guys. And we have 7 of them. And so how are you doing on space right now? They're still good. Alright, well that is Planet Zoo and my current zoo that I've been doing around our lake here. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you are interested in seeing more parts, let me know. I'm probably going to do more parts anyways because I really enjoy this game and I think it's really creative and interesting. And also just watching the animals is super cool. So thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I would love to see you around again. Let me know anything you want in the comments and I will see you all next time.